We are back and we are going to be making probably the most cutest and adorable pieces of jewellery you've seen in a while. So I saw a short nail art clip on a different platform and I thought to myself this would be ideal for everybody to give a try, and we can bring that over to resin art as with most nail art videos. So for this one we are going to be using the 36 colour set from Resin, the mica powders. For the leaf we are going to be using dark green, yellow and lawn green. We're also going to need a tangerine, crimson and a black. So I'm going to be using the Resin UV Clear Hard. Not sure if you could do this with two-part. You could possibly wait for your resin to really thicken up, but I can't guarantee it. You're going to need to experiment. And we do want this to be matte, so I'm just going to start by making a mess and just dashing the mica powder everywhere but inside the mould. So that was the yellow. This is the lawn green. Add a bit more. Why not? We're going to brush it anyway. And then again with our dark green. And then we're going to make more mess by just brushing all that in. So for this video I'm going to give a massive shout out to one of our viewers, Alison, over in Rhode Island in the US. Alison asks her mum every morning if they can watch our videos. So massive shout out to you, Alison, or Bean. Hope you enjoy this one. And then you want to just tap out the excess. I went a bit overkill, didn't I? And then we're just going to mix up some black mica to fill that. Not too much because the UV resin does have to cure through. I'm not going to show me mixing all the colours because I will be here for a very long time. So we're just going to pour that in now and give that a 2-minute cure on both sides. And because I've put too much black mica powder in, I'm going to do mine in 2 layers. So once that has cured, we can then pop that out and begin the awesome part. So with our tangerine mica, we're just going to apply a blob. We're going to mind the gaps, because if we hit the gaps, it's going to start seeping into those gaps and making a mess. So this is the body of, or will be the body of, a ladybird. And then give that a cure. Now for the next part, I've got these really fine tip nail art brushes. And I've mixed up some of the yellow. And I'm just going to start to paint some of the yellow on the front of the bug. Like so. And then I've got some crimson, which we're just going to do the same on the back, just to give it a bit of colour. Just blend that up and give that a cure also. As always, massive shout out to my channel members, anyone who's bought me a coffee or a super thanks. I really do need to clean this light. So now with our black mica powder, probably got some left from what we made to pour into the mould itself. We're just going to paint a very thin layer. You're probably going to have to do this in a couple of goes. You can cheat if you've got black nail polish, you can do this. But we want a really thin line. If you go wrong, like I just have, wipe it off and start again. So I just added some more black mica to my resin because it just wasn't thick enough to actually be able to paint, noisy seagull, to be able to paint the detail on. Honestly, it's worth it. Just layer that until it's strong enough. You might find easier ways of doing this. Acrylic paint would work. Lots of different things would work. So now I'm just going to start putting the dots of the ladybird in place. Starting with one in the middle. I could actually use the dotting tool end for this. Like so. And I'm going to cure that now, just in case it decides to run. And I'm just going to add some more dots on the body. So there we have the beginnings of a ladybird, but it's missing a head. So again, with our dotting tool, we'll just place some black just at the front. It's probably a bit too much there. And then just begin to draw some of that round to create a shadow around the body. Like so. And then I'm just going to give him a nice little glaze coat. I should give him a name really. Or her. Larry the Ladybird. Or Larissa. So I want to break this piece up a little bit more because it is looking a bit empty or dull. So I'm just going to apply some of that yellow that I've already got mixed up just inside these grooves. Now comes the part I actually really love. I don't know why, but the ladybird's thirsty. So we're just going to use some clear resin and we're just going to add some water droplets. Add them as big or as small as you want, but again avoid those grooves. I'm going to do some really tiny ones also. And again, just cure those in place. So whilst the little water droplets are curing, just a small amount of isopropanol into this cup. It's really important that we take care of our tools. Yeah, just give it a good rinse and a good dry, ready for next time. Otherwise the UV resin is going to set hard on your brush and it's going to be useless. So we also have one I made earlier. I'm wondering, so the only thing I don't like about these moulds is they both go the same way. I'd like, if you're going to turn these for instance into earrings, that they're going to kind of match in symmetry and not both go the same way. So I'm going to think about what I'm going to do with them. So I think I'll do one of each, a pendant and one earring, just to show you. So pinch bows come in lots of different sizes. Sometimes the prongs will be too long for the piece. If they are, then you can just use some jewellery snips and just cut the prongs down a little bit, but make sure you leave enough to make sure the piece is secure. So I'm going to go in with, I think the small one for this one will be fine, and just really secure that in place. And sometimes with the corded necklaces, they don't fit through the actual bail itself. Oh, that one did. And sometimes you just take that jump part there apart, just bend it out, pop that on, and then put that back in place. So that is one pendant. Now all we need to do is apply a jump ring and then our hoop. So you find the size jump ring you want and just bend that out, pop it through. Should have taken my gloves off for this part. And then you can pop that onto your earring hoop and just bend that back. He says, just like that. Now you'll notice that if you was to put that in your ear, it's going to be facing the wrong way. So as I've shown in a previous video, we just grab that stem and then just gently twist really slowly so it is facing round the right way when you put it in your ear. And that is still back to front. I should have bent it the other way. But that is a really easy fix because all we need to do is just bend that jump ring back out of place and then just turn the hoop. Okay, so the pendant. I love these water drops. They really do add a really cool vibe to the piece. I love this so much. You could try chameleon flakes, you could try all sorts of different ingredients to make these. I think the key is the ladybird and the water drops, and here is the other one. With this one I tried to put on some legs but it didn't quite work. But there you go, hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you for the next one. Bye for now.